Today, we are going to explore some of the changes that will be coming into effect on September 1st and how this is going to impact your retirement and how these funds are allocated across the various pots on the new two-pot system. So understanding this will help you make informed decisions about your retirement. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Yolanda. I'm a wealth advisor, and it is my goal on this platform to give you easy, actionable tips, content, and strategies that you can use to manage money well, to live abundantly, and build generational wealth. So let's get started with an example. So meet Jane. Jane, on the 21st of September, she has a savings pot that receives 10,000 rands. Right? This 10,000 rands comes from her vested pot. Now, we did a whole series on this. You can click the link, you can check out my channel, and you'll find more information about all of these various pots, but we'll come to that briefly in a little while. All right, so Jane has this 10,000 rand that has come from her vested pot, from her previous retirement contributions into her savings pot. Now, the rules tell us that folks can get a maximum of 30,000 rand. However, Jane is only entitled to 10,000, mainly because her savings were less than 3,000 rand prior to the implementation of the two-pot system. All right, so Jane's starting balance is based on her previous contributions. So not everybody will receive the same 30,000 rand as their starting balance, which they can access on the 1st of September 2024. The second example, let's say we have Sapiwe. On the 31st of August, before the two-pot system kicks in, Sapiwe has 400,000 rands in his retirement savings. Sapiwe will receive 10%. However, 10% of 400,000 is 40,000 rand, and the rules tell us that the seeding cap is only 30,000 rand. So Sapiwe is not entitled for the full 10%. He will be entitled to get 30,000 rand into his savings pot, which he will be able to access from the 1st of September 2024. So in these two examples, we find that Jane received 10,000 rand and Sapiwe received 30,000 rand as starting balances in their savings pot. So in these two examples, we see Jane received 10,000 rand, Sapiwe received 30,000 rand that came into the savings pot as starting balances from their vested pots, which were based on previous contributions to their retirement pot. The key takeaway from this is that not everybody is entitled to 30,000 rand. It depends how much you have saved on the 1st of September 2024. If you have saved over 300,000 rand in retirement, your pension, your provident, your RA, you will get your full 30,000 rand seeded from your vested pot into your savings pot. If you saved less than that, you will get a maximum of 10% seeded from your vested pot into your savings pot, and the savings pot is what you will be able to access as a withdrawal benefit. It's important to realize that not everybody is going to get a full 30,000 rand accessible to them from their retirement savings. It all depends on your existing savings contributions. So let's paint a picture. Picture always makes it nice. All right, so let's paint a picture and try to understand how these pots are going to work, right? So all your contributions for all these years will be calculated on the 31st of August, 2024, to try to establish what your total contribution is, and whatever that contribution is will go into pot one. Pot one is your vested pot. All your contributions from September onwards, okay, my spelling is a little bit off. September, right? All your contributions from September onwards will be split into two pots. Okay, it's a 1/3 split and a 2/3 split. The 1/3 split goes into a savings pot, and the 2/3 split goes into a retirement pot, right? So this is from September 2024 onwards. So anybody that's coming into the workforce after September 1st, this is what they will follow. They won't have the vested pot. There could be two vested pots. We're not going to go into that in this video. But this is what, especially young people, new graduates coming into the workforce, this is the only thing that they will focus on, right? A once-off seeding will happen. And this is the example of Jane and Sapiwe that we spoke about earlier, where your total contributions, 10% or a maximum of 30K. And we spoke about how you get that 30K. You got to have savings greater than 300,000 to get that full 30K. If you have less than that, the 10%. So if you only have 100,000 in savings, 10,000 rand will be seeded to your savings pot, 30K or 10%. This is what you will be able to withdraw from the 1st of September. Other rules when it comes to the savings pot is you can only make one withdrawal per year, minimum of 2,000 rands, there's no maximum withdrawal limit on this. So if you choose not to take your 30K or your 10%, maybe you only choose to take it in a year's time or 2 years' time. Whatever's in there, you will have the full right to empty that pot, but it must be only done once a year. You can't take a portion in March and then another portion in September. It's only one withdrawal a year. Another thing is that money can move between these three pots, right? Which is nice, but it can only move in one direction. It can go from the vested pot into the retirement pot. It can go from the savings pot into the retirement pot. But once money gets in the retirement pot, it cannot move the other way. It can't be vested. It can't go into the savings pot. So think carefully before you move funds into the retirement pot. Remember, whatever you accumulate in this retirement pot, you will not be able to access. Whether you resign, whether you retrench, whether the company closes down, you will never be able to have this retirement pot in your hand. When you retire, you will have to buy an annuity, and that annuity will give you an income. All right, so let's talk about fund returns. Now, investment returns will be allocated across all three pots, proportionate to the amount that you have in each pot. So the returns are not just going into your savings or to your invested. It's going to be spread into all three pots if you're eligible for three pots. A common question that clients ask me is, how will the investments work within these pots? Are they allocated to a specific type of investments? For example, let's say because the retirement pot can't be touched now, can we go super aggressive on that? Right? Those are all kind of strategies you need to discuss with your advisor. But as of the 1st of September, whatever portfolio you're in, that's where your funds will remain. It will just be subcategorized within your retirement fund into the vested, into the savings, into the retirement pots. So there will be no change in the portfolio selection unless you make a change. And sometimes, especially with work pensions, you don't really have a choice. You have to go into that default portfolio that they pick for you, or you might have one or two choices to choose from. Funds can eventually decide to be assigned to different sort of portfolios. This won't happen immediately. That will be the fund manager's discretion, how he chooses to manage the fund. But whatever major changes that does happen, you will be informed. Until then, your investment strategy continues as usual. It's just the breakups that will occur within your retirement pot. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or if you need more information, please reach out. You can watch this video here to find out more about retirement in South Africa. Or if you're looking for a personal retirement strategy for yourself, I would love to sit down and chat with you one-on-one. Click the link where you're watching this video. Go to my website at solomonwealth.co.za, book a complimentary appointment, and I would love to chat to you.